The topic nowadays affecting all of us is very important, and many of you have seen Kashmir files, Kerala files. Please raise the hands who has not seen Kerala files. You have not seen. Okay, I will send you the small clip, not a clip, it's on the video on WhatsApp, so you can see that one. But please do share your money with the producer of the film, so that way the money can be used further to promote cohesion in the society and prevent the destruction of the society as it is prevailing. And there are some people who are presenting in that way. Anyway, my topic today is how to address those issues which were raised by Kerala files. Number one, all of you are intellectuals sitting here. All of you have the acumen and the potential to know, understand, and judge what is true and what is not true. We need to do the self-introspection as well as self-study, that is called swadhyaya. Means when we go to school, we learn. Without learning, we cannot retain anything. Similarly, what I am going to present is nothing new. This is all written and done by Swami Dayananda Saraswati long time back in Satyat Prakash. So if you study Satyat Prakash, which was distributed freely by Madan Mohan Malviya, the founder of Hindu University Banaras. Why? Because he says that if Arya Samaj sits, Hindus will never rise, will sleep. If Arya Samaj runs, then Hindus will sit. Only this is the way to know yourself, and you need to understand and explain others. This is called as understanding the Purva Paksh as well as Uttar Paksh. Purva Paksh means opponents, what the opponents are talking about. And you need to understand the philosophy, the way of life, and the way of thinking of the debater, the person who is challenging you. And that you can learn by knowing yourself, your own scriptures through self-study, swadhyaya. The problem is we have all studied in so-called British system or the modern education, where we pass one test and we think we know everything. When I was in the 10th grade, I passed the 10th grade, so now I know everything. When I went into the college, I studied something, I came out of the college, I know everything because I passed the test. When I went in medical school, I didn't know anything. That's an old saying, a donkey enters in medical school and comes out as a horse. It means we are completely ignorant when we enter into an educational system, and when we come out we have some knowledge. The same thing is applicable even today to every human. Only way to enrich ourselves is through self-study, and that's why there is a continuing medical education system, because I know about the medicine in United States. And there may be similar continuing educational system in each and every branch of science, because science is always dynamic, changing, and so also our lives do not remain the same, they change, even the nature change. Sometimes snow, sometimes ice on the road, sometimes there is rain, sometimes there is a cold. So everything change. Now coming to the topic, so we need to be self-sufficient to answer, and only way to answer and know is to either study self or take the knowledge from our ancestors. There were 3 questions were asked in that movie. The Muslim lady says openly, what kind of God is that which you are carrying his dead wife on the shoulder everywhere all over the India? What is the answer to that? And who is that God? It's referring to Shiva and the Parvati. But I will come later on to answer this question. Second question, what kind of God is that who carries the monkeys to fight? Do you think the monkeys can fight for the man? What kind of God is that? So what is the answer? And what we need to know and make others understand. Number 3, what kind of God is that which has 16,000 ladies? Now this is referring to Sri Krishna. Now let me address, because my time is very much limited and I will very concretely and simplistic answer the questions so that even a child like me can understand. I studied only 6th grade English, so therefore I will focus only to the simplest format of the answering the questions. The first one is referring to Shiv, Mahadev, the Kailashpati. This is the story of Puranas. Now what Puranas are? Puranas are the books written by people like you and me under the names of Vyasji. I want to hide my name and identity because I want to be famous. So I will say, hey, Vyasji wrote this book, read it. And that way, if you study clearly, at the time of Raja Bhoj, which is 10th century king in India, Mahabharata was only 1000 sloks. As the time advanced, Raja Bhoj himself writes that now I see when I have reigned for so long, Mahabharata has 10,000 sloks. So what happened? What a miracle, right? The book itself writes so many things. Don't you think it's a great book? These are the people who were known to be called great scholars. They kept on adding and adding and adding. But same continued later on, and so it becomes such big book that now it becomes from a real story to a legend to hearsay. So the idea is adulteration. Adulteration is added by the intellectuals who want to give a theme. Then secondly, by the politics. The politicians want to change the society, the culture, the identity, so that way they start hating themselves. Means the people, so they will become easy target. That's what was the theme of Kerala story. Puranas were never written by the rishis and munis. So this story is just a story of imagination by somebody, and it's not true. Puranas are not the authentic form of Vedic, Sanatan, Hindu literature. That must be understood clearly. So the first answer is that. Now second answer, second question, that what kind of God is that who carries the monkeys to win the war? Now the problem is the word used in Ramayana, if you read Valmiki Ramayana, is Vanar. One nar. people living in the forest, they were the people. See, imagine, one man cannot find a war against a big king. So what is done? I won't go into the details how Rama was able to gather all the Vanars and all the other aborigines and the land dwellers. But Vanar means the people living in the one. One is not O-N-E. One in Hindi and Sanskrit means forest. So those were the forest dwellers, living not in the cities but outside the cities. Ravana increased. Ravana was the greatest king of his time. He increased the taxes to collect from all the people from 3% to 6%. Okay? So those people were against, and therefore Sri Ram was successfully able to get the help of all the people united to fight against the tyrant, a demonic so-called king. So Mahazabs or Mazhabs, Matantar, Panth, Dharma, Granth, anything, cult, denominations, everything is in that in Satyad Prakash. That is a unique book. If you start reading from A to Z, nobody can defeat you on any religious means, on dharmic basis, or on any panth or sampradaya or any cult basis. So that is the answer for you. Thank you very much.